Okay, we're out of that bunker. A little bit of work left to do, but no worries. About 9 feet to the hole from here. This putt's going. Just a little too much power. Here we go, par putt. This one's tracking. All right, in the cup for the par. And right now you are sitting at 3 over par. All right, put this one out in the fairway. Oh, that's no good. I think it's heading to the bunker.
2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Champions Invitational is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group today.
Hi Luke, really looking forward to some exciting play from our featured group today. This player has hinted at a rivalry with their playing partner this week.
And so this week, Henny, they're vying to beat Tony Finau. This should inspire some brilliant play.
Oh, Tony Finau will not be letting up this week, Luke. But he's such a nice guy, you almost don't want to beat him. I mean, it's tough, but you must. I don't think you're going to outdrive him, that's for sure. But iron play, well, maybe you can get him there. You have to putt well, though.
Tony Finau might be a big cuddly teddy bear, but when it comes to playing on a golf course, he's going to try and strangle you to death. Good luck trying to beat Tony Finau. There is literally no weakness in this man's game. Now he knows how to win. A bit long on that one. And Henny, what are they looking at here?
Setting up this putt 21 feet from the cup.
Oh, so close. Just a short putt remaining here. He's currently tied for 12th. Now with the honour on a par 5. Second shot on the second. Getting ready to play their third. Handy effort, that one. And let's have a look at Tony Finau.
He's currently ahead in this rivalry. Let's see what happens.
Let's catch up with the current proceedings. Oh, 13-footer coming up here.
What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
Was on a good line. And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole. He finds himself in a share of 13th. And now let's catch up with John McCarthy for an on-course report. What can we expect from Echo Park Golf Club this week, John?
Well, Luke, one thing I can say about this after walking the course this morning, it's a long one. So distance off the tee, especially important here at Echo Park. The course starts off along the big lake. There are a few holes that hug the edge of this lake, not unlike a Bay Hill, but here you get hit with it right off the start. And when you get away from the water, you get hit with the sand on the 6th. There's a thin corridor of fairway that leads to the green that weaves its way through. I think there's 5-6 bunkers leading up to and surrounding the 6th green. And from there on out, the players are going to be on the watch for the sand because it's sneaky and it's hard to avoid in certain situations. It's going to be an exciting time here, I think, this week at Echo Park.
And this one is for his par. That's a disappointing par in the end after such a terrific shot in.
Opportunity lost, and one they needed to take advantage of, sitting just 2 back of the lead.
Currently at +1 for the day.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard, never a bad thing.
This is full send.
Penny, what have they got in front of them here?
Setting up here from about 145 yards.
opting for the 9-iron. Oh, look at this. Right down the throat. Well, that's well played and a great birdie opportunity coming up here at the 4th. And now over to Tony Finau.
He's one stroke in front of his rival so far today. Great stuff.
And this putt to move into a tie for 3rd. Yeah, nice mid-range birdie putt, that one. And that puts him into the top 5 for the tournament. And with that now, back to level par.
Moving up the leaderboard. I like it.
Teeing off now on this par 3. Well, that's comfortably on the dance floor. Well played. Yep, that shot safely on the green. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
He's got to be careful this doesn't get away from him here. This is downhill.
Oh, just missed. It's just about 3 feet away. Yeah, well hold. Let's move on to the next. So, no movement on the leaderboard there, remaining at even overall. Next up is this 2-shot hole.
Really hoping they play this one aggressively.
Yeah, you hit a beauty, didn't you? Golf became a power game, and there's few players out on tour that have more prodigious power than Tony Finau. If he really wants to go full tilt, Rich, it feels like everyone's playing for second.
He is a dynamic player that has the ability to make birdies in bunches. The ball striking, I think, is always going to be brilliant. Watching him when he was on the Corn Ferry Tour, graduated to the PGA Tour, and just keep watching this steady progression. Each and every week, he just seems to get a little bit better, and the confidence level is over the moon with this kid. And to bundle it all up, Luke, he's one of the nicest guys in the world. You want to root for a Tony Finau. He is such a likable, lovable guy, I believe, that you can't help but root for him. And the wins that he didn't get are just heartbreaking, and we felt the pain alongside with him. I love watching this guy play. I root for him every single week.
Ooh, right by the hole. Putting for bogey. Lydia Ko is currently on top spot as we pause for a look at the leaderboard. Deep into the front 9. Here we are at the 7th hole.
Wow, I didn't even know they had this power. Great drive.
There've been a lot of players that have come out, and people are quick to label them as prodigious talents and what they can do, but it's true about Lydia Ko that she is one of the game's prodigies.
Luke, when you say prodigy, I think Lydia Ko's name should just be, instead of prodigy, just say, look at Lydia Ko. Because this young lady has seemingly done it all at 14 years young. 14, won a professional event. The youngest, men or women, to ever win a tournament that early. That is astounding. 18 years old, major champion with a final round 63. It's mind-blowing how good this young lady was at such an early age. Yes, had a little lull there for a little bit, but now come back out and has just taken the world by storm again. 17 wins already and building in her professional career. the sky is the limit for Lydia.
Playing their 5th shot. 2 strokes off the lead. Didn't that look good for a long time? Well, these are good putts to make. Good for momentum. Right on 7 feet. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? Time to make a putt here. This one's for double. Well done. And it's New Zealand's Lydia Ko who leads here as we head to the next. Well, it's time to clear the mind of that double bogey. Step up onto the tee with a bit more confidence. Looks like they've got the 5-wood. Seemed to lose the handle on that shot.
Lots of greens in regulation today for this player, Luke. This is a surprise, missing this one.
Wonderful shot.
And a chip in, Luke, just what the doctor ordered.
Oh, that was a touch of class. Wouldn't mind seeing that again.
I'm glad we get to see this again. This one should be practiced at home.
Trailing by a few shots after that hole. Lovely momentum for this player after that birdie at the last hole. Keep it rolling. Well, that's a handy shot. And Henny, what's he facing with this one?
Setting up here from about 200 yards.
Looks to be going with a hybrid here. It's fair to say that wasn't their best shot. Let's take a look at what Tony Finau's up to.
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
Do you like the view from where you're standing, Henny?
This is down breeze, so it's going to be tough to stop it on this green.
No green in reg, but a chance to save their par. Oh, I thought that one was going in. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
He's got 10 feet here. I think he likes it. This is what they have left for par here.
Steady on. Just 3 feet to the cup. Okay, let's head to the next. I'm interested in my buddy Beamer's thoughts at this duel after 9 holes.
Well, Luke, this rivalry we have been watching has been fun. This player is behind their rival as we make the turn. It'll be fun to see how this matchup shakes out.
Great shot. Sitting at 3 over par. Not a bad spot on the leaderboard. Just outside the top 20. That's tidy. And here we are with the 3rd shot. 4 strokes off the lead. Wow, that almost went in the hole. Oh, that was tidy. That should ensure the up and down.
Love watching this player around the greens.
Oh, this will be good for the momentum. Let's make this birdie putt. The leader now has a one-stroke advantage. The 11th at Echo Park is a par 4 stretching at 430 from the back tees.
Just a slight bit uphill off the tee shot. Find a spot at that far bunker, Luke, that you want to aim at and go ahead and turn it loose. From there, second shot goes over a nice little meandering stream that wanders throughout the golf course to a green, clover-like in appearance, but I gotta say, this is really one of the coolest holes on the golf course. I love it.
That is absolutely spot on.
Henny, what does that lie look like?
Well, it's a little deeper into the rough, but it's sitting nicely. Nice out the rough here.
Nicely done. Let's see if we can make this big putt for birdie.
Come on, don't be shy.
That wasn't your best effort, was it? This putt from around 18 feet. Okay, steady now. And this one is for bogey. And let's have a look at Tony Finau.
It's been neck and neck. He's actually tied with his rival. This is tough. Can he do it?
And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks right now. Let's head to the 12th hole, shall we? And choosing the 8-iron here. Well, good looking shot here. That's headed towards the green. How close was that to going in the hole? Great shot. Always nice to have a birdie putt.
Sinking this putt will help them pull in front of Tony Finau. Let's see if this will add some heat to the rivalry.
And now over to Tony Finau.
He's one stroke behind his rival in this event.
And after that effort, let's take a look at how it stands. Trailing by 4 strokes. Well, the 13th hole here at Echo Park Golf Club is not as kind. A big hole at 504 from the tips.
Well, thankfully, it's slightly downhill off the tee, but yes, avoid those bunkers down the right-hand side, and of course, that meandering brook that is a feature of this golf course. Big hitters can actually take it over everything down that right-hand side, but that's for the brave few. Second shot downhill slightly to a massive green. Just some big bunkers on the left-hand side, but plenty of bailout room over to the right.
Going with the 5-wood. A tad wayward, but still on the surface. And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard. What's in front of them, Henny?
Can't be too aggressive here. Take your medicine and move on. This is down the hill.
That was a gallant attempt. Right on 4 feet. Should make this one.
This will be a good bogey.
I like the look of this. Unfortunately, moving down the leaderboard, that's not the direction to be heading. And a par 4 awaits at this next hole.
Trying to forget the bogey at the last and focus in on this one.
That's some good golf right there. Sitting at 3 over. This one looks like it'll safely make the green.
Well, usually Tony Finau is the tall order. But after that shot, I think beating it and getting inside it is the new tall order. What an approach.
And this putt to move into the top 10. And racking up their 5th birdie of the day. I will take that and a spot in the top 10 to boot. He's currently tied for 10th.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
Time to see what this par 4 has in store. Not bad. Lining up from around 160 yards. 4 shots behind our leader. That was a beauty.
Nearly doesn't get any better than that. Amazing shot.
A 7-footer right here.
Looking for another birdie here.
And that's back-to-back birdies as we head down the stretch.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
And all of them are chasing Tiger once again as we move to the next. And they'd be feeling buoyed with confidence after that birdie. Here's a good chance to maintain the momentum. Going with the 9-iron, I think. If you're going to put your foot down, this is as good a time as any. Oh, well played. Into birdie range here at the 16th.
Of all the shots that I like the most, that one ranks right up there.
And mark it down. That's birdie number 7 on the scorecard. I will take that also into the top 5 now. Let's take a look at what Tony Finau's up to.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
And how did that shot impact the score? Let's have a look at the leaderboard. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead.
I tell you what, inching closer to that top spot on the leaderboard, things are definitely heating up.
Always the toughest hole in the game. A long par 4. That's heading for the fairway. Well, Rich, this player's certainly making moves up the leaderboard, aren't they?
Absolutely nice push on this final round. Still needs to keep the foot on the gas, continue making birdies if they have any hope of winning.
That should find the surface. That goes down for an eagle.
Absolutely.